Hello, guys. Once more, we are back, and we would like to welcome you to Hustlers Asylum. And today, my guest, it's one Mr. No, not Mr. Dr. Michael Modiba, and I would like to welcome him to our channel. Sir, how are you, sir? Welcome to our YouTube channel, Hustlers Asylum, and we are honored, sir, that you could grace us with your presence. So welcome, and how are you, sir?
Thank you, D. Long time no see. It's okay to call me Mister. My title doesn't change who I am anyway, so yeah, I'm doing well.
No, I don't want to offend people, sir, because I was told here, they say you must address that guy as doctor. So, but it's fine. Yeah. So, guys, Mr. Modiba here is actually an owner of a business by the name of Mabule Residence. So we're gonna try and understand what is Mabule Residence and what is it all about, and what kind of industry does it operate in, and what services does he offer, and we're gonna try and find out some of the challenges that he faced when starting up the business, and we're gonna try and understand why he started the business to begin with, and so without wasting any time, I would like to just give him a chance so he can tell us exactly what Mabule Residence is and what is it all about. Say, tell us, man, this Mabule Residence, what is it and what is it about?
So basically, in short, Mabule Residence is an accommodation, student accommodation.
Okay.
That's based in Teflop, in Mangweng Unit E. So what we're doing is we built a resident where we accommodate students from University of Limpopo who stay off campus. So we've got majority of them who are from surrounding areas like Bulwahomu, like Bramasemola, Jinfesite, Bumuleji. So we accommodate those who can't get residence in campus, so they stay off camp. Yeah, so that's what we do.
Yeah, so, because this sounds like it's a business, it's a student accommodation. So one thing I can think of, it's an element of security. So usually when students want accommodation, they look for security and how conducive is the environment, because I mean they'll be doing a lot of studying and learning in that space. So now this business, when you started it, sir, what motivated you, what triggered the idea to start such a business?
So basically when I started the business, is one angle of mine used to have a stand around Teflop, okay, where he built only 2 rooms for accommodating students. So I saw this as an opportunity to do something big where I can accommodate a large number of students, as compared to just having a 2-bedroom in the yard. So I was like, okay, let me get some stand where I can build something in mass numbers, where I can accommodate a number of people. So that's how it started. So the idea started, I think, to be correct, around 2013, 2014. That's when we started Mabule. We started with only eight rooms back then, just 8 simple rooms. That's how it started.
And then this 8, when you started with 8 rooms only, inside the room, what facilities did you have? Like you had a bed, you had what else was there?
So basically, the rooms they come standard with a bed and a mattress, a table and a chair. That's how rooms came, and every room it's prepaid electricity. So the students will buy themselves electricity.
Oh, so the cost of electricity is on the students,
and also on me. I buy from Eskom. So how the connection works, it's their boxes link back to Eskom.
Oh, okay.
So they buy from a company called Unipin. That company refunds me. There's something called the refunds. They refund me certain percentage of electricity that's being used.
Okay.
So yeah.
So 8 rooms, and today we are sitting on how many?
Today Mabule is sitting on 26 rooms.
Yeah, I mean that's a big move and that's a big jump. How did we go from 8 rooms to 26?
So basically, I think I did this on purpose, based on what I've seen when I was traveling around, when I was moving around. I didn't want to start to build accommodation like massively, like just a big bang approach.
Okay.
I just wanted to start it in phases. Like the plan was just to make at least 10 rooms but unfortunately then I could afford to do about 8. So I just wanted to see how the 8 rooms is doing, and is the business worth really doing it. So the problem is, if you go and start a business, you go a big bang approach and you build 100 rooms or 50 rooms, and you encounter a lot of problems, because starting small helps you learn lessons.
Okay.
You learn a lot of lessons: how to deal with suppliers, how to deal with people who are building for you, how to deal with people who are working for you, and then you grow with those lessons as the place expands.
Okay, so a few things that I learned from you now. So you spoke about starting small, and you spoke about affordability. So when you started, you were able to afford only 8 rooms. So basically you used what you have to do what you can. That's what I'm getting from you.
Yes.
And then also this was like a pilot of some sort. So now you have 8 rooms. Now you need people to come in and stay and then see how it works and understand the whole business and its model and how you're going to expand it moving forward. Okay, so so now how is so you each and every room has I take it the place is full to its capacity, and you are dealing with students here. So how do you handle that? Because I mean, I remember my student days, man. I was very unruly, and obeying was a challenge. So how do you enforce? Because such a place would have rules, right? To say it's a common area. Everybody stays there, so we need to be considerate of others. So which means there might be no noise, there might be no boyfriends and girlfriends allowed, no drinking and such and such. How is Mabule? What is Mabule's code of conduct, and is it being obeyed? Do they obey? Tell us.
So let me answer your question first by saying the Mabule is not full to its capacity.
Okay.
So it's a double stand. We've built on certain portions of the stand. Like I said, we don't want to build stuff all of them at the same time. So the approach is the business must fund itself.
So reinvest in the business.
Yes,
so
we reinvest as we make profit in the business.
Okay.
You don't want to be taking your money, building a game with your money. No. Yeah, the money that I spent, the majority of it was when I started. So now,
so that was capital.
Yes, the business must pay itself. It must build itself. It must maintain itself. That's the idea.
Okay.
So coming to the code of conduct, yes, dealing with students, it's a challenge, and you learn as you grow daily that this is how I need to do things. Before, when you started the 8 rooms, you didn't have much rules. The biggest rule that I have right now is people need to respect each other, because I do not want to host students who are always fighting in my residence. That's the first common rule. You all need to respect each other, whether you like each other or not. You are there for a purpose. So that's not a fighting space. And right now, yes, we started recently publishing rules like how many number of days visitors can stay, and then we require stuff like your ID. If you're a visitor, it's just so that if something happens to,
so you can track
to the tenant, we can track what happened, who visited you, and all those things. So yeah, we are starting to put all these things in place, and there's different rules. When is the rent due? People need to understand when the rent is due. People need to understand what happens if you break something in the room. So
guys, we actually in a side of the road, because I mean we are under resourced, so we use what we have. We're trying to do as much as possible with the little that we have. So there are cars passing by now and then, but yeah, we'll try and minimize the noise as we go by, but just bear with us, guys, because for us the most important thing is listening to Mr. Modiba's story and getting the full details from him. And then that's what this channel is all about actually. So I just thought I should inform you guys, because we don't be alarmed when you hear some background noise. I know it could be a bit of irritating and all that, but we'll make a plan going forward. But sir, you were telling us, sorry to have interrupted you there, because we had to let our viewers know exactly what our situation is right now. So over to you, sir.
Now speaking about the code of conduct, like we're starting to put rules in place, especially now that we're upgrading the rooms, we're making the place more nicer. So we're putting wardrobes, we're putting all those nice things. So people need to understand the repercussions should you break those things. What happens if those things are not the way you found them? So we're starting to put such things in place. And also the visitors rules, we have started putting them in place. And we also put up rules just to advise people that they must not walk around at night, it's not safe. And we're also pushing for people to know that whenever you find someone at the gate, for example, you don't have to open for everyone opens for their visitors. So dealing with students, you need to have stuff like that outlined so that they understand.
This is that element of security which I was concerned about when we started this conversation. So yeah, I mean, sounds like you're doing pretty well on that one. Okay, so everybody understand this. So this is the common rules that everybody needs to follow. So I know there will be one or two.
Yes, it's not everyone who would follow. Like there will be one or two who wants to challenge you, but I put my foot down because I do not want to take accountability when something happens to someone. We just need to make sure that we enforce it to everyone. And if I go back to your security question, security at Mabule is very tight. We have put up electric fence. We didn't have it when we started, and one of the problems we had was people were jumping the wall, coming to see what's in the rooms, what students have left outside, and all those things. So the biggest challenge is around running accommodation is that if you do not have security, you will have a lot of problems, because where the students, thieves, and people who are taking chances will always think there's laptops, there's shoes, there's stuff to be taken, and yes, they are. So security is key at Mabule. So actually, it's number one priority at Mabule Residence, and also considering an element of things like rape. So those are the things that I worry about, because we seem to be attracting more women than men. Okay. So there's more girls who stay at Mabule. So that's my worry. Okay. Security is always number one for me. Hence, I enforce it that if you've got a visitor, they must sign so we know who the visitor is, and we also making sure that the alarm works for the fence. We do tests every now and then just to ensure that the fence works as it's supposed to work. And also the gate that we put up, it's a gate that locks automatically. When you go out, the gate will lock automatically. So getting in there, you need to have a key, or you need to know someone in there. So we're trying to make it tight. Even the butlers, we've put up an extra measure to lock the butlers when students are away, because someone can have a copy of a key when you're away, but we make sure that when you're away, the butlers are locked with another additional lock. Okay. So security is number one there.
Yeah, so this is very key, to secure, because now all those people that stays there, you are taking responsibility for their lives, and you need to protect them at any cost. Some will fight you, but at the end of the day, it's for their own good. Okay, so how is Mabule's being? How old is it, by the way? You said 20?
Mabule started in 2014, yes.
So it's been like how many now? 6, 7, 8, 12?
We're in 2021.
So that's like almost 11 years or something.
It's a long time. 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 7 years.
7 years, okay.
Yeah, just about 7 years.
Yeah, guys, my maths is a bit, I am not good at maths. I never was. Don't let people lie to you. But anyway, so it's almost 7 years, and you've been doing great, and you are growing the business going forward. And also, I heard you talking about upgrading the rooms. What does upgrading the rooms mean? I mean, before you mentioned they come with a bed, mattress, and a table and a chair. Are we adding anything additional in the rooms, or?
So basically what happens, when we started in 2014, the rooms didn't have ceilings, they didn't have tiles. Oh. So what we started doing recently is we've put tiles in all the rooms, because we were doing stuff in phases. Like I said, I want the business to fund itself. I don't want to have to fund the business, because if I had to do everything, that means I'll have to fund the business, right?
Yeah, of course.
So we moved to having tiles in all the rooms. And then now we move to having ceilings in the rooms. Now we're doing wardrobes in the rooms. There's just few rooms that don't have wardrobes. I think it's just less than 8, I think now, that don't have wardrobes, and the other ones that don't have tiles. It's new rooms. I think it's 3 or 4 of them that don't have tiles. So upgrades, that's what I'm referring to. We're building things in phases. We're making sure that we improve it. We just want to provide quality accommodation that's affordable also. Where people can stay, and it also another thing, it must be clean. So those are my priorities. So most of my priorities is about security, number one, providing a place that's affordable, that's clean, that where students would want to live in. So those are the key things that I want to provide.
So you want the place to be attractive enough for students to come in instead of you going to hunt for them?
Yes, since we have also upgraded and put in security cameras, so there's cameras now at Mabule.
And I take it there's also
Yes.
Wi-Fi.
Yes, yeah. Wi-Fi has been there, I think, recently in around 2017, 18, if I could remember correctly. That's when we put up Wi-Fi, because we want to encourage students to continue doing their learnings when they are there. And right now with COVID, people can who stay there can use the premises as a place to study if where they are from there's network challenges and all those things. And we've also recently upgraded the Wi-Fi speed so that it can accommodate the students' needs in what they are doing, because a lot of people will be accessing material online. So yeah.
Okay, so I think we've had enough about what Mabule is, and we're getting a picture, right? So now we want to get to the details of how the funding of the business. How did you raise capital to fund this business to begin with? Because now we understand the model is the business is running, the money comes in, you reinvest it back into the business. That's understood. But the initial funding of the business, how did you raise that capital, and how would you advise someone who's also looking to start a business but they don't know where to get the money from?
Okay, so Mabule, I think let me say I was lucky when we started Mabule, because I still have both parents, and my father is very supportive in what I do, and my mother also. But when we started Mabule, my father funded most of Mabule things. So he made sure that the 8 rooms building was well taken care of. Because remember, I was not based at home. I was far away doing some work. So it's just between me and my father and the salary that I was getting, and on how we funded Mabule. But my father was in the forefront of making sure that everything is covered. If I don't have money to do something, when I get home, I'll just find it done, and all those things. So funding, we didn't take any loans. It's just a family funding, if I have to call it that way. So my family helped me start up Mabule, and I took over from there as the money was coming in, as it was growing. So yeah.
And guys, now that he's mentioning that family helped him, I couldn't help but to notice that actually, if you go into Mr. Modiba's parents' yard, you will see that the half of the yard is actually allocated to building of rooms. So there's a lot of rooms within the yard, separate from the main house, and those rooms are used for the same purpose of accommodating students, right?
Yes.
So you see, guys, sometimes it's about where the environment that you grew up in, because if you see your father doing something, you are most likely to follow in his path. So that's why it was not a challenge for Mr. Modiba Senior to fund Mr. Modiba Junior when he wanted to do something similar. And this, the most important thing about this is that his father has already done this, so he knows the business. So not only did he have a mentor in the business that he is to pursue, but he also had a partner who understood exactly what is happening and what's needed. So that's key, guys. When you want to do something, always find someone who has already done that, so that you can learn from them. It will save you a lot of time. It will save you a lot of mistakes. And yeah, I mean, someday we will have someone here who will tell us about going at it alone and what mistakes they made and what challenge, what lessons they wish they would have been taught before they went at it alone. But yeah, I just thought I should mention that. So it kind of makes sense now, because I'm thinking about it, what he said. So it kind of makes sense, and that's why it hasn't been a challenge to a certain extent for him to actually run this Mabule Residence business. Okay, so now the funding, we understand the element of funding. So how has Mabule been what you thought it would be when it runs? Like, are you happy with where it is? Are you happy with the kind of business that it actually brings for you and stuff?
To be honest with you, I never thought Mabule would be this big. And by the way, Mabule is my father's name. That's why it's called Mabules Residence.
Oh, okay.
It's named after my dad. So we actually run Mabule 1, which is home, where my father has got his own rooms.
Yeah.
And I've got Mabule that I run operationally day to day. And we also have Adelaide House, which my little brother runs.
Okay.
So Adelaide is my mother. So
your brother is also in the same business.
Yes.
So it's your parents.
Yes.
It's you.
Yes.
And your brother.
Yes.
You see, guys.
Yeah.
Working together, it's key. Yeah. Everybody wins. So the whole family is in it. They have the same mentality, which is a bonus. Okay.
Yes, but we ensure that we name them after our parents, just to thank them for the support they've given us.
Yeah,
so,
some sort of a legacy.
So that's what we did. So we hope Mabule and Adelaide will live forever. That's our hope. Starting a business, to be honest with you, doing it with family, it could be challenging if you guys don't have the same mentality. But if you guys have got the same goal, same mentality, like you mentioned, if someone has done it before, it's easier to follow in their path. But if it has never been done, it's a challenge, because some people might discourage you and say it's never going to work. You're going to waste money. I used to get this from some of my cousins, by the way.
Is it?
Yes, who told me that when we started,
the naysayers.
They say, no, this is never going to work. You're never going to make money. People are going to go back and stay on campus and all those things. So I was like,
so how did you keep going with such negativity?
So for me, I've got a philosophy that says when you want to do something, right, you can't skip steps. You have to put one foot first, and then the other foot follows. So I just said to myself, I want to do it step by step and see how far I get. Because sometimes, not that I want to be arrogant, I don't want to listen to people who have never done something. If you've never done something, it's very difficult for me to listen to you. I mean, I listen to my dad, he has done it. And I'll listen to someone who has done a different business that I want to get into, because that person will give me experience, which is something that you can't buy. So the thing is, other people want to put 2 feet in it and say it's never going to work, while they've never put 1 foot in and see how is it coming.
So they always give you reasons why something is not going to work, but they can never. Such negativity can be a challenge for some people. But so for you, when you had such talks, people telling you this never gonna work, you're wasting your money, you're wasting your time, what kept you going, say? Because I mean, someone could go and sit alone and say, hey, maybe those people are right, I'm never gonna come right, and then give up the whole thing. So what kept you going? Like,
so for me, it's simple. Once I pick direction, I keep going in the direction that I've picked. I believe failure is part of the journey. So when you fail, you learn lessons from it, right? Then you'll come out a better person. So when I want to do something, it doesn't matter who says what. If I have put my mind into it that I'm going to do this, I will do it, and I'll get advice from people who have done it. You who have not done it, you say something to me that it's never going to work and all those things. For me, it'll just be part of the conversation that I will not take serious when we're talking. What will keep me going? It's for me to say that I've got the resilience, I've got the drive to do it. Because if you do not go and do it, you will never know what failure is like. Because you have to fail and understand what is it to be like. I mean, it's the same as watching soccer. We see it from where we're sitting as taking a penalty is very easy from where we're sitting. But if you actually have to do it, it's a different thing. So some things you just have to go and learn, and then that failure, if you fail, it's part of the journey. Then you know that next time you don't have to take this route. You can do things this better. For example, if these people who said I can never make it, imagine if I wanted to impress them and put a double story there. Yes, I was going to fail because I was never going to generate the income that I wanted. So you need to build stuff in phases, do it in phases, so that you can make the money that you want and learn lessons. Fail small, right? So unlike failing big. So never listen to anyone who says it's not going to work, it's never going to happen if they've never done it. Unless someone has done it, has experience, they will tell you the lessons they've learned, the failures they came across, the challenges and all those things. But if someone has never done something, it's very difficult for me to take you serious.
Okay, yeah, guys, so there you have it. Don't listen to the naysayers. People always say negative things to try and discourage you from doing what you want to do or following your dream. So do not listen to those people. Listen to your inner self. Keep going. It's not gonna be easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. It's not. So just keep going and keep doing your best, and have a plan, execute it. When you fail, learn the lesson and move on. So now, say Mabules Residence. It's a student accommodation of choice, and the rooms. Of course, guys, we'll be showing you what the rooms look like at the end of the video. We'll be showing you what the building looks like, and we'll be showing you all these things that we've been talking about, and also have details of where to find it. I mean, the coordinates. Where is it located? How to find it? Info, like contact details and all that. So now, say, we understand that Mabule is doing well, and are you having any people coming to you and say, no, sell me this place, yada yada, let's talk, let's be partners? What's happening?
Yeah, actually, I have had people. Success attracts many people.
In what sense? Okay.
So there's one person, one author who said, success has many parents and failure is an orphan, right? Okay. So when you become successful, you have many people coming to you wanting to be part of the journey. But when you fail, not many people will want to be part of the journey. Oh. Or when you start, not many people want to be part of the journey. When they see you buy bricks and all those things, not many want to be part of that journey. So yeah, I do come across people who say they want to partner with me, they want to buy shares and all those things. But it's, for me, it's just, the answer is simple. It's a family business, which I can't include you, unfortunately. Even if you are my closest family, I would not do that. So I do not want to partner with anyone at the moment, and I also do not want to get into buying shares for selling and buying shares to people. Mabule means a lot to me, especially to my parents. And Adelaide, Mabule and Adelaide, because we treat them as one thing. So we are not yet thinking about doing shares, partnering with other people. Mabule is doing well. It's a well-oiled machine on its own. So it's just automatic. It just works on its own right now.
So how many people do you employ through Mabule alone?
So currently we've got two caretakers who are waiting for us.
So you have two full-time employees?
Yes, we do.
So Mabule employs 2 people?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
excluding subcontractors, if we need to do something, there's people that I have on my list that will come to do plumbing, fix the roof leaks, do the paving. There's just a couple of guys that I know around, and I've got one temp guy who does plumbing for me. So there's 2 full-time people and one temp guy who does plumbing when required. And
these guys who are taking care of the place, I mean, being a caretaker comes with a lot of responsibility. Firstly, the place needs to be clean and it needs to be attractive. So are they rising up to the occasion? Are you happy with their performance? Because I mean, some people take the job.
To be honest with you, happiness you create it. So you just have to. When I say you create it, I mean you have to tell them what your expectations are. Because you can employ someone and tell them make the place clean. That's what they will do. They'll sweep. That's it. So I want someone who's going to go beyond sweeping.
So you need to define the clean.
Yes. You need to define what you want, so that it can give you the output of the happiness.
Be specific.
Like treating the tenants well. It's part of the happiness. Making sure that the toilets are clean. Making sure that there's water when there's no water. So being a caretaker means you need to think outside the box. You need to do things before I even tell you. Because I'll outline what my expectations are. So your job is to go out there and make them happen. We've got challenges, you talk to me, and we see how we can deal with that. So yeah, my 2 caretakers are fairly doing well, although I still believe at times that they can improve, and also they can do more and learn other things. So yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir. We thank you very much for the insight, and we understand. So how much would it cost me to stay at Mabule? And I mean, what kind of contractual leases do you have? Like, can I come stay for 1 month, or is it 6 months, 12 months?
And, so when we started the business, we were not doing leases. Would allow you to come in and stay as much as you want, whether you want to stay a month, a day. But normally, what we're trying to do is we're renting month to month, right? Okay. So that's what we're doing. So we have a set amount for the rooms that have got wardrobes, and for rooms that don't have wardrobe have got a set amount also. So basically it's a month to month renting, although we are slowly going to adopt a contract type of leasing. So that's where we're going, because as we improve, we also want to improve the operations also side, the legal side of things and all those things. That's what we're doing at the moment, yes. But if you stay a day, there will be a price. We wouldn't mind to host you for a day.
Okay.
Our role is just to provide accommodation, whether you stay a day, a month. So that's our role is. But right now, our focus is a month-to-month renting.
And preferences on students?
No, anyone, even if you work around TEF, because I mean, if you look at TEF has grown, there's a lot of malls. I think there's Paledi, there's another mall down there by the shops. So there's a lot of shops there. I meant, so many people would want to stay there, and there's schools, there's hospitals. Whoever works around you, want to stay around TEF, would accommodate you. We wouldn't discriminate what you do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there you have it, guys. Monthly rentals, Mabules Residence in TEF. So if you are in TEF and you don't know where to go, Mabule is there to cater for you whether it's for a night, for a week, for a month, for a year. You just have to talk to them. Okay, so now yeah, just before we close this off, I just wanna ask one more question to say, when throughout this entire journey of starting up Mabule, were there any moments where you felt like this is tough and you felt like giving up? Or what other challenges besides the ones that people discouraging you did you encounter? For instance, if I may give you an example, sometimes you would budgeting and say, okay, I'm gonna do I have this amount of money and I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3 with it, and then only to find out that money is actually not enough to do that. Or you do a certain thing and only to find out that, okay, I've just done this roof, now it's leaking again. Or what challenges come with such a place to begin with?
So the challenges that will come with having a place like Mabule, it's around suppliers or people who contractors, suppliers. So people will promise you X and they'll deliver Y. So the thing is, you have to be there just to make sure that things happen the way you want. And also the changing of prices. When you guys agree that you want to paint this, you want X much, and someone tomorrow know the price has changed. Because remember, when you're at home, you're dealing with people from home, the mindset is not that of, you know what, we need to have a contract, agree on what you're doing. The mindset is, I give you the price of what I want to do, and then you sign, you pay me after I'm done and all those things. So at times the challenges will be like, even before the work is done, someone would be saying, no, please give me half because I've got this family challenges at home. So it's just that the model that works, it's a bit of an informal model where people will always take chances. People will always say, please give me so much before the work. Some of them will say, give me deposit. Some of them will not finish the work, but they would want money. Some of them will not come to work as they agreed. The work will be running behind. Some of them, you will pay them and they said no, they've used the money for something else, so they can't buy the material. So there's just a lot of things that you'll come across. I mean, like if you've paid someone to come and do butlers for you, the person has used the money, he doesn't provide the butlers, it compromises you. So it causes you to go and take out another money just so that you can make the place run, because your clients are not interested in such challenges in such challenges that you have. Hence, even me too, I'm not interested in the challenges that they have when they've got rental issues. That's not my interest.
Yeah, I understand. And yeah, the rent, is it always paid on time, or someone will tell you no? Story after story, what's happening there?
So basically, we've implemented a rule where we said we want the rent due by the 2nd of every month. If you do not pay by then and without arrangements, we'll charge you 50 rand every day the rent is late. So we also want to make sure that we punish you for that, for not talking to us, for not arranging with us. Because expectation is you are a student, expectation is you are working, expectation is you do know that the services that you use are being paid for. Remember whether Mabule makes money or not, people need to get paid. Services need to be paid. Wi-Fi expects me to be paid. Escom expect me to pay for the services. So same applies to on my side. I expect people to pay also on time. That's my expectation. But there will be one or two who has got challenges. Some are real. Some of them you can see they're taking chances. So there'll always be such things. But you have to create a rule so that you can manage such things. So there's only one way to manage things actually, I think that I've discovered since I've started the business. If you have a systematic approach, that's the best way to do things. because people will know this is a system. This is how things should work. You know.
So having a system of some sort is very
systematic
key.
approach is very key.
Okay. Yeah, because people will come in and say, no, this guy has money. I mean, he has rooms. He's driving a nice car. By the way, I saw the car. It's very nice. So they'll say, yeah, but, oh, yeah. So these days, this guy, wahanya. How do you respond to such? Say.
It doesn't matter what you do actually on earth. There'll always be people who have something to say. Whether you drive the oldest car, they'll say, no, you're driving an old car. You drive the latest model, no, he has money, drive the latest model. So it doesn't matter what you do. There'll always be people who have something to say. I remember when I recently got my doctorate, there were people saying, no, he has rooms, now he has got a doctorate, he's going to work at university, he's going to work wherever he's working now. That means he has money, he doesn't need this, sell me Mabule. It doesn't matter. Whatever you do, there'll be people who are going to talk. The choice is yours. Are you going to entertain them, or are you going to focus on what you need to do? So it's just part of life. Talking is part of what humans are meant to do.
Yeah, say, and one last thing, it's because we understand that for you to venture into such a business, you're surrounded by your parents who are in the business. So surrounding yourself with people who doing what you want to do, it's very important. This is what I've learned here. And if you want to, so what's next from you, say? Because we know you just got your doctorate, you are a doctor. By the way, congratulations. It's not easy. So you're a doctor, you're running a Mabule. What more? What's next? What can we expect next from you, say? Because given this few things that we know, we expect more now, and we know that you are capable. So what can we expect more?
So just to be clear, I'm not a medical doctor.
Oh, you're not?
I'm not a medical doctor. I've got a PhD in management sciences, informatics. So it's IT stuff. That's why I obtained a PhD. Remember, doctorates, there's two levels. There's a professional doctorate where you find people with pharmacies and GPs have got that. It's called a professional doctorate. And there's also a PhD, which is a research doctorate where you're expected to have a thesis. So there's just two types.
Right.
So for me, what's next from where I am right now is to grow Mabule, make sure that we do a lot of improvements this year. That's the goal that we want to do, especially from having things like backup power. That's what we're looking at doing, and from now on, and also improve myself outside Mabule, do other businesses out there. We're busy with the Adelaide farm. We're also doing farming things. We've got goats, sheep, and all those things, chickens, guinea fowl. So there's a lot of things that I want to do with my life. So if I were to say what's next, I'll take the whole day.
I understand.
About what I want to do.
Yeah,
I'm also interested in academia. So there's a lot of things that I want to do. Yes.
But what I want to get at is doing all these things, right? The people that you surround yourself with are very important. I mean, you cannot venture into farming, or while you hang around the corner smoking cigarettes all day. Or is it possible?
No. Basically, if you want to fly, you must surround yourself with the flyers, right? So if you want to venture into having accommodation business, you need to stick to friends who have done it. Stick to people, look up to people who are far from where you are, right? That is the only way you can do it. So you can't want to do something and hang around with the wrong crowd. It's not going to happen. If you want to become a teacher, go do a teaching degree, hang around with teachers. Ask them, how is it like to be in classroom? How is it like to do this thing? If you want to be like a mechanic, same thing. You can go and learn your N1, N2, the N3, N6 stuff in engineering, and also get a mentor, hang around with someone who has done it before. So in essence, whatever you want to do, whatever field you want to go to, have a mentor. So someone who has done it, someone who has seen it before. So my father always says to me, to see far, you must climb on top of the shoulders of a giant, because a giant is tall enough to see from far. So you need to go to people who have done it, hang around with them, understand the challenges, learn from them, and take notes, and also so that you can avoid the pitfalls. Because if you hang around with people who have never done it, you are also not going to do it, unfortunately.
Yeah, because I remember a cousin of mine told me that these things in life, has levels. So he gave an example of a corporate scenario. Say, if you are a corporate person and you're at work and you get a promotion, right? Now you are a manager. You're going to hang out with the managers now during lunchtime. You're not going to hang out with your peers that you used to hang with when you're not a manager. You're going to hang out with the managers to find out what managers do during their lunchtime. And then if you move up the ladder, likewise, you hang up with. So guys, it's very key that when during your success or during your pursuit for success, you will leave some people behind, and then you will have to make new friends. You will have to make new contacts, and then ultimately those people are the ones that are going to elevate you, and then you get to the next level. And then when you are there, you meet other people who take you even further. So we thank you very much for sharing Mabule's story with us. We learned a lot. And we appreciate that. And guys, so this is where we're gonna leave it for today. We're gonna share all the Mabule information and details at the end of this video. And then now we just wanna close it off, and then thank Mr. Modiba. And I saw in his yard he has cabbage, beetroot, and all those things. So now I see this farming thing started on small scale. Now it's going big. Now it's a farm somewhere. So I'm gonna grab some vegetables to take with me when I go home, guys. But you guys, of course, gonna have to go to the market and buy those. But anyway, until next time, when we have our next guest, we'll see you guys. And please, guys, if you like the content, please click on the subscribe button, and also share this video, and then someone out there might see it and be inspired. That's ultimately what we're trying to do here. We're trying to inspire people to get out of their comfort zone and actually do something with their lives other than just settling in one place. So thank you very much. Please click the subscribe button, like this video, give us comments, tell us where to improve. Right now we know, guys, that we are doing most of these interviews in a car, and we are still a bit under-resourced, but going forward we're going to improve on that, and we're going to try and minimize our locations where there's less noise and all those things. But for now, guys, you guys have been great, and we thank you. And keep looking out for new content. It's coming. And if you know someone, or if you are that someone, you want to talk to us, please let us know in the comment section that, guys, I have this idea. By the way, guys, we're not only having discussions with people who are running business or who have done it. We also want to discuss ideas. If you have some idea of some sort and you want to discuss it and you want to paint the picture for us, you're more than welcome. Just let us know. We'll come to you, or we can meet somewhere, and then we'll have the discussion, and then we'll put it up in our YouTube channel. But until then, keep well, and thank you very much, sir, for coming through. We really appreciate it, and we wish you all the best, sir.
Thanks a lot. Right. Come stay at Mabule. Mabule is your home away from home. And remember, just go out, do it. The most important thing is to start. Don't listen to everyone, because you're going to end up not doing it, because all these people will confuse you. So if you want to start a business, go for it. Start. You will fail. It's part of the journey. Thank you. Learn from it. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Keep well.
Your super ego was taught, get a job, work hard, or you'll never be rich, or the rich are evil, or whatever. Because the school system will never teach you about money. The school system was designed to teach you to be an employee, which is important, or a doctor or a lawyer, a specialist, but never about money. And what most people lack is real business knowledge, like accounting, like debt, like taxes. Blessing, but it turned out to be a blessing. And then his teachers became his bookkeeper, his accountant, his attorney, his banker, his real estate agents. So he has what I call real teachers, not these fake teachers in school. You see, most teachers in school, they're out of ethics. They teach subjects they themselves don't practice. I asked the teacher, I said, I'm in my 3rd year of calculus now. It was called strength of materials. I said, am I ever going to use this stuff? He goes, no.
Thank you for watching, guys. Please, like I mentioned, go ahead, and if you like the content, of course, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel, like this video, share this video with your friends, and yes, look out for more content to come. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.